Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to take a look at how to change the theme in Visual Studio. So let's load up Visual Studio. I'm using 2019 but the process is fairly similar across different versions. So let's go ahead and load up a project. It doesn't really matter what project we load, it's just there so we can see what effect the theme has on the code syntax highlighting. So what you want to do is you want to click on Tools, click on Options, and on the left hand side make sure that you've selected Environment and General. This should be the default selection anyway. Now on the right hand side you can see Color Theme. Now obviously I've got it on blue currently, and as you can see it looks quite blue. We've also got light, blue, extra contrast and dark. Now blue light and blue extra contrast are all very similar. So for example, if I was to choose light and say OK, it looks a little bit different admittedly, but there's not much in it. However, if you do a lot of late night coding sessions, I would recommend that you try the dark theme. It will actually help reduce strain on the eyes. Certainly if you're in a dimly lit room and your screen looks like this, very bright and light, you may find that you get eye strain. So I would certainly recommend, remember, Tools, Options, I would certainly recommend trying out the dark theme. Let's click OK and see what it looks like. So as you can see it looks quite a lot different, but speaking from personal experience, this is much easier to look at during the nighttime. Conversely, if you're doing coding during the daytime in quite a lightly and brightly lit room, I would recommend not going for this one for the exact same reason. You can actually get eye strain using this theme in a very bright room. So as I say, I would reserve this particular theme for those late night coding sessions, or if you just happen to code in a dimly lit room during the day as well. One more little tip here: if none of those themes tickle your fancy, you can actually click on Extensions, then click on Manage Extensions, and make sure on the left hand side you're selecting Online. Now on the right hand side in this little search box, go ahead and do a search for theme. Now in doing so, as you can see, we've got some search results here, and we can sort those search results by different metrics. I might go ahead and click on most downloads because that might give me an indication of what's good and what's not good. And as you can see, we've got one here, color themes for Visual Studio. That could be quite interesting because it sounds as though there's a bunch of different themes there. We've got lots of different ones. One Dark Pro, I've never heard of that before. But the one that stands out to me is Night Owl. That looks quite interesting. Visual Studio 2019 port of the awesome Night Owl VS Code theme. Well, that certainly has got me curious. So let's click on download. Now what it says here, we've got a little message, and it says your changes will be scheduled. The modifications will begin when all Visual Studios are closed. So let's do that. Let's close it down. And as you can see, we've got the Visual Studio installer. It's asking us if we want to make modifications to Visual Studio. So let's go ahead and click Modify. So that's installing the theme now. I'd be quite interested to see what this theme looks like. Let's hope it installs without any hiccups. Okay, that was nice and quick. It says that Night Owl theme has been installed, so let's close that down. Is Visual Studio going to load automatically? No, so let's go ahead and load it. Here we go, loading Visual Studio. Let's click on a project like before. We've obviously still got the dark theme activated, which does look excellent, I must say. So let's have a look at what this new theme looks like. So what you want to do, same process, Tools, Options. Now let's hope on this drop down we have a new one, and we do, night owl. So let's take a little look at what this might look like. Okay, very similar to the dark theme, but actually I really like it. Let's have a little look what a config file looks like. Yeah, this actually appeals to me quite a lot. I really do like that. Let's look at a view, shall we? Let's look at some HTML. Yeah, excellent. I really like this theme, so I think I might keep this activated for a little while, because I do a lot of late night coding, and even during the day I am in a dimly lit room. So that about wraps it up for this video. I hope that you found it interesting and useful. If you did, go ahead and click that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And likewise, if you want to see similar content to this in the future, why not consider subscribing? And until next time, take care.